Right, guys, welcome to the video, man. It's your boy DK here. We've got, the end of FIFA 21 video, or the video that you've all been waiting for. It's been a long sort of time coming, because some people say, yeah, the game was done in, July, end July, August and that. But obviously, for me, I just carried on playing the game till whenever in it. So yeah, I thought, you know what, let me just get this video done, and yeah, we can finally close this chapter on this FIFA, innit? So yeah, so I think we'll start off with the good. What was bad, what was good about the game, or what was good, what was bad about the game. Um, like some noticeable things or things to mention, like club legends and whatnot. And then I'll just give the overall rating in it. But in terms of, let me just start with the good. The good things about the game was, I would say squad building was quite good in the game. I can't lie. Like there was a lot of SBCs, a lot of different player options. Also like just the addition to weak foot and skill move boosts, which you saw throughout the year. So if you're looking at let's say cards like Lazaro who got a 5-star skills, or players, other players like that. It was definitely a great addition. To one quite recent was obviously when CR7 got um, the 5-star week for when this like sort of premium SBC from like with him being at Manchester United and that. So yeah, I think those are good additions to the game. Content was really good in it. I can't lie. There was a lot of promos. Some people, start complaining and say, "Oh, look, everyone's got a rainbow team and stuff like that." But I can't lie, the promos definitely were one of the good things about this FIFA, in terms of there being, different types of players that you could be using with obviously different themes and stuff. So it was definitely, I enjoyed it a lot this year still, I can't lie. Others obviously have their difference in opinions and whatnot, but I personally think content was great this year. Could be better, but then again, there's always room for improvement. But to be honest, in terms of positive notes, that's the pretty much the only um actually, yeah, cool. Well, finishing was better in this game, but yeah, but anyway, we'll get onto that anyway, because that will probably be in the negative section basically. But it's not to do with specifically finishing, but everything around it. So anyway, in terms of the things that was bad with the game, I would say that the things that ruined FIFA 21 is just the gameplay, man. I can't lie, like there was just so much wrong with the game, and there wasn't that many good things about the game, if that made sense. Um, and I think that's what ultimately was why a lot of people stopped playing it quite early on. Obviously you got the things like obviously bad connectivity, um, slow gameplay, which has always been an issue. Servers have always been an issue in FIFA, in it, but I think for me personally as well, this year was definitely like one of the worst years. Yeah, and it just seems like it's getting worse every year, to be honest. So there's that. I would say through balls was just horrid. Like I can't lie, like it was so easy to sort of bypass a whole sort of build up sort of phase in FIFA, and it just allowed the lesser skilled players and whatnot to just get goals and stuff like that. And it was yeah, with the way the game worked, it was just so RNG this year that I just really didn't enjoy it, man, honestly. Obviously there was times I did enjoy it, but for the most part, like it just wasn't really fun. People just literally just spamming through balls left, right, and center. So yeah, I think that was definitely a bad thing in the game. Interceptions were horrible this year, it must be said. Although I still managed to make it work to some extent. Overall, they were terrible, man. And this year, I think, like I said, the animations definitely made it worse this year. I personally think so. Um, yeah, it was just horrible, especially later stage and the later stages in the game, where obviously the players started getting 99 vision, 99 passing and whatnot. Like it was just so stupid. Like in terms of like, yeah, the interception was just ridiculous, to be honest. Like they're just terrible, man. Like you're literally moving your player there and it's just going through his legs, and like, it was just so annoying. Like, and that really sort of it really made my overall playing experience just horrible, to be honest. Um, I would say the player base. definitely didn't help. The player base was kind of terrible in terms of toxicity. I would definitely put it there as the highest. Though I can't lie, I probably received the most messages I have than on any other FIFA on this specific FIFA. So I'd definitely say that the opponents I played against or the players made, obviously the sort of experience not that great. Also, people backing out of games at 0-0 and just things like that which didn't really happen that much on the other previous FIFAs as much as it did this FIFA. So there's that. Keeper movement was still a bit annoying. For me personally, it cost me a lot of like wins. Maybe not for others, in it, because others maybe was able to play through it, but that was definitely something this year that I couldn't really deal with, and it's sort of like I said, it's just I hate keeper movement so much. It just used to throw me off my game. So yeah, like for me, it was definitely one of the worst things about the game. Um, then obviously you got the fullbacks at centre back, which was just the most stupid meta that you could probably think of, like, or we probably experienced in FIFA. One of them, obviously, there's people say the step overs, but nah, man, that fullbacks, the fullbacks at centre back is probably one of the most stupid things I've ever seen. Like, you can't ever use people like Ramos or Van Dijk, Vidic, people. All of these guys are just useless because of the way the game's designed and stuff like that. So yeah, and all in all, there was more negatives than positives in it, to be honest. So yeah, man. In terms of the year, like there was, I have to give some shout outs in it to some of that, obviously some of these players and that I had. So obviously Burkamp gets the shout out because he was just early, like, because obviously I packed him untradeable and whatnot in like the first couple months, and like this is like a run where I packed like three icons in the space of like 3 weeks. That was just so stupid because I've never really packed that many. So yeah, that was a good, yeah, he was a good loyal servant, to be honest. Like, he got my first elite, and then yeah, man, Moments the Pie was another card that I really enjoyed at the start of the year. Yeah, he was such a fun card at the start, man, I can't lie. um and yeah, he's in, obviously I think I'm gonna put him in my Hall of Fame, in it. Maybe he might go in the Hall of Fame. Well, then yeah, then there's Mbappe, was just ridiculous, like, I'll probably say that he was in terms of player wise, I think that he was one of my favorites. Like, he's definitely up there as one of my favorites. He'll probably be up there with everyone's favorites, but like for me personally, like in terms of the dribbling and stuff, obviously before they started nerfing skill moves and that, like, he was such a fun card to use in the game. Like, he was so, like, yeah, man, he was just that guy on the game this year, man. So yeah, and then obviously Foot Birthday Royce was, yeah, he was such a key part of my team. Best to say, post January, post Feb, like, he just, yeah, man, he was just so good, man. Um, like, yeah, he was one of my favorite cards this year. Uh, Balak also, Moments Balak was one of my favorite cards this year. I would say probably my second favorite midfielder, I would say. And some sort of honourable mentions, but I mentioned Gunter. Foot Birthday Gunter was actually quite a good centre back in the game. I ended up playing him centre back. Sometimes I used to play him full back as well. I just used to alternate between him and Bender. That Lars Bender, when he basically drops like sort of premium SBC for Lars Bender and Sven Bender, who were basically like twin brothers and whatnot. They did like a little special SBC for them. Uh, Kevin Trapp, for an 83 rated keeper, he was actually remarkably so good, man. So obviously I had to give him a shout out. Um, I would say so. Yeah, in terms of my favorite players, this year. It will have to go to Team of the Season De Jong. That guy, like, he was my favorite card this year. Can't lie. Like, hands down, he's just my favorite card this year. I don't know. There was no other player sort of gave me that feel in game as much as he did. He was just too good, man. Like, and even I started using him quite, you know, uh, yeah. You started using him quite recently again. Obviously, they dropped a lot of cards and whatnot, but like, yeah, he's still so good. Um, Even in the post Team of the Season era, when they're dropping these Path to Glories, these Summer Stars, he was still, putting in the work, and yeah, he was such a good card, man. Honestly, like. And yeah, he's just such a great player in the game this or that year. Or yeah, FIFA on FIFA 21. Obviously Marquinhos as well. Marquinhos's 40s card was actually a really good card for me. His centre back card was also very good for me. I didn't manage to do the foot freeze one, but his centre back card was actually one of my like first. Like he stayed in my team for a while still. I can't lie. He was actually a really good like player that I liked in the game. Um, but yeah, man, I think. And then obviously the best player that I probably used, I'm not sure. It's kind of tight, but out of R9, because obviously I have R9, CR7, Team of the Season, Mbappe, Pele, Neymar, Red Neymar, and stuff like that with the 96 Neymar and that. But I'd have to give it to Pele, to be honest. At the start, I kind of didn't really like him, So, but he grew on me more and more and more. Um, and yeah, I think overall he was my most consistent as well. And yeah, he's just the best like high rated player that I've had like in the club. So yeah, man, he has to get it for the best player I've used this FIFA personally. Like R9 was kind of inconsistent for me. He was amazing and he was just inconsistent. For me still personally. Obviously, other people will tell you different in it, but for me, nah, not so much still. Like I prefer Team of the Year Mbappe to Team of the Season Mbappe to him. Um, but yeah, overall, I'll definitely give the game a 5 out of 10. The only reason why it's not a three or 2 or 3 is just because the content that they put out was actually really good, and they managed to maintain it over the course of the year. So I have to kind of give my hats off to them in terms of content and stuff like the Summer Stars on top of the Path to Glory. That's actually a really good addition. Also like it gave a larger variety of players to also use other than just the main meta as well. So that's why I really enjoyed that promo. Um, and a lot of those players ended up in my end game squad in it. So yeah, I have to commend them on that. But obviously, the game being good is dependent on gameplay, and it will always be dependent on gameplay, no matter how you look at it. And overall, it's just terrible, man. So yeah, man. Hopefully, I say hopefully in it, but hopefully the gameplay is like definitely better next year. Um, So yeah, that's yeah. It's hopefully it's better next year, and hopefully I have a better experience. But all in all, I like to appreciate everyone that was here during during FIFA 21 times. Whether it be in one stream or whether it be over the course of the time I was streaming. Even when I took that little break, then I started up quite recently. So yeah, man, big up everyone that was involved. And yeah, for FIFA 22, we're gonna go brazy, man. I can't lie. Like, we're not gonna spend that many FIFA points if we do. But yeah, man, we're just gonna grind FIFA 22 out, man, as long as possible. And yeah, man. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate everyone that tuned into this video. And like I said, we're gonna be consistent this year. We'll continue from what we've done in the last couple months or so. And yeah, man. And I hope you enjoy. If you've enjoyed the gameplay, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the gameplay that's there. So yeah, man, take it easy, guys.
I'm on a 65 overall, 3 points playmaker. My Michael's on it. Michael's on a what? Oh wait, no, Ian. Oh wait, no, yeah.
Disappointing pass. Sanchez.